Hi everyone, Stepan here. I'm gonna play a training game after a long time. Let's see what my opponent does. He played d4. I'm not gonna play my new repertoire. I'm gonna go d5. Lately I've been playing the Nimzo. Okay, the Jobava. Let's go knight f6. If bishop f4, I'm gonna go a6. And then follow that up with e6 and c5. This is just the safest way to play. So I've been playing the Nimzo. I played the game in the recent tournament, but I don't want to play it online. I'm gonna keep my new repertoire for over the board stuff. And I enjoy playing d5 anyway. And had I played knight f6, we still would have gone into the same opening. So what I'm doing here with e6, a6, c5 is just the safest way to fight the Jobava London system because it doesn't allow anything to b5. It allows me to break the center and develop my knight to c6, and then later on this bishop is going to come out either after e5 or b6, bishop b7, or b5, bishop b7. So it's a pretty safe position for now. And this is what I would recommend doing against the Jobava. Now, he could go g4, but I've been delaying castling kingside. Okay, against a3, I think it's relatively safe to go c4, b5, although then I'm giving away the center. So I could go b5, b4. He's given me a target. I don't know what a3 is about. Probably preventing knight b4, but I don't want to go knight b4. Can I try to take the dark squared bishop though? So knight h5, bishop g5, f6, bishop h4, g5. He has knight d2. I like b5. I'm gonna go b5 before I commit to anything. b4 loses a pawn. And if I go b4, that seems interesting. Because I'm not sure he wants to give away control of the e4 square. And I want my bishop on b7 anyway. I didn't want to go c4 because I want to go e5 later on. And that would give me a stronger center, having a pawn on c5 still. Is b4 useful? So b4 takes, the knight goes to e2, comes out to f4 or g3 later on. Let's go bishop b7 first. Although I could consider bishop d6, now that he's not playing g4. So bishop d6, if takes on c5, I take on f4. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I just recapture on c5. Because I want to go bishop d6, trade, and then go knight d7 and go e5. He's gonna go e4 at some point. So yeah, let's go bishop d6. I am slightly afraid of dc5, and I wasn't completely sure about playing b4. Okay, so I don't think I take on f4 because he has b4 as a follow-up. So takes on f4, ef4. Do I have any way to disrupt his position before he goes b4? I don't think so, so I'll just take on c5. If he plays b4 now, c2 is a backwards pawn. Okay, so let's see. So takes, bishop takes, bishop b7, defending the knight on c6. Seems reasonable. But I could also go for an IQP and allow takes and e takes, which opens up my bishop. where I actually like that. So ED, so let's say black castles, ED, ED. That seems okay to me. My bishop is open, and I could go bishop g4, knight d4. So I think I'm gonna go for that. I'm just gonna castle. If he plays e5, I'm pretty happy because my center is okay. Although I may have to go d4 against e5. I'm not sure if I just hung bishop h7. Yeah, I did just hang bishop h7. I just hung bishop h7. Yeah, I cannot go knight d7. Knight d7, bishop h7, king h7, knight g5, king g8, queen h5. But I could consider knight h5, bishop h7, king h8. And then if he saves his dark squared bishop, then I go g6, but he may have g4. Alternatively, I just go knight e4 and block in the bishop and give up a pawn. So knight h5, bishop h7, king h8. Let's say knight g5. I take on f4, he plays queen h5. Yeah, and then he has bishop g6, queen h7 mate. But I could go e5, sorry, d4. So d4, if he takes on f6, I take with the queen. And then he has bishop g5, so that's not good. So d4, ef6, dc3, bishop h7 still. No, I have to give up a pawn. I have to go knight e4. And then I get to trade queens, so bishop h7 doesn't work. I blundered. What can I say? I had to give up a pawn. Now I have to trade queens, and I have to go bishop b7, I guess. Yeah, and then on bishop b7, rook d7, I resign. Yeah, so I'm just gonna resign now. This is hopeless. I don't think I have a move. Bishop b7, rook d7. That's it. Okay, I'm resigning. Oh. Okay, let's analyze. So he played e4, and I should have just taken. And after knight takes, here bishop takes, I was afraid of... Yeah, actually now everything works because I'm covering d7. I have time for bishop b7. I'm an idiot. So I had to trade queens. If I go bishop b7, I think he goes... No, I'm not even castled yet. Wait, knight h5 worked? Let's see. So okay, black is slightly better, no surprise. I should have gone c4. It did work. Okay, but I played bishop d6, and he took on c5. I took bishop c5. He went e4. And now I can ignore it. Castles is okay. e5, knight h5 works. Yeah, knight e4 is just stupid because I lose a piece. Knight h5, how does this work? So let's say bishop h7, king h7, and he saves the bishop. Let's say he plays bishop e3. Sorry, not bishop e3. Let's say bishop d2. Yeah, then I just go g6. So if he, instead of moving the bishop, plays knight check, I go king g6. I'm getting away with this? Yeah, it all works out because the bishop is hanging in the end. Okay, this was just bad. I'm sorry you had to see this game. Okay, but it's an important pattern. So hopefully you learned something. Let's go over it again. So once again, in this position, a3 is a mistake. I should go c4. The bishop goes to e2 and then b5, and I just claim space on the queen side. I should have just followed my instincts, but I didn't. Okay, thank you for watching. Sorry for the bad game. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye-bye.